You think I should start with maybe introducing myself?
Yeah.
My name is Trevor Faris, and I'm gonna make some roasted red pepper soup. First step, I'm gonna sweat out some onions, carrots, celery, my peppers. Throw in some tomatoes and spices, some white wine, get some of those flavors to come out. I've never made this soup before, so I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Creep.
Okay at this kind of stuff. I made a mistake here getting this. I think I got myself an aluminum stock pot. If anything terrible happens, let this be a lesson to whoever's watching. Maybe don't use reactive metal when making soups or stocks.
So this is gonna taste shitty, is what you're saying?
No. It's not gonna taste shitty. It's going to be okay. So I'm just kind of winging it here. Sorry if I'm not being very specific about what I'm doing. We're trying to get the flavors to come out, the vegetables to soften up. I gotta get the carrots and the celery in there before long. By the way, the heart of celery, these little baby pieces in the middle, are delicious.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I got my onions, my garlic, my carrots, my celery in here. I'm gonna season it now. Salt and pepper.
What defines Trevor?
That's a weird question. You can't use this. I was really fucked up. I said something about me being that type of guy that if you were out in the ocean, I would just yell, hey, something. I don't know what that I'm using about 60% bell pepper, 40% everything else ratio here. This stuff just needs to be rough chopped. Definitely not rural Frenchman.
Decided it was just the Spanish.
The Spanish?
Yeah.
I don't remember deciding that.
And I think me and Tim decided that.
What does that got to do with me? I'm gonna get the tomatoes cut up, some cilantro. It's an interesting question because making soups is a pretty awesome thing. Soups could. All right, I'm gonna start over with. What I really like about making soups is soup's kind of like a living thing. You can mess around with it a lot. You're not gonna do something to it that's gonna totally screw it up, unless you're a bonehead. I say don't be scared of making soups. We're gonna throw some fresh cilantro. The rest of the world calls it coriander. Enough about cilantro. Box wine that I brought home from work. The wine's gonna bring out some what they call alcohol-soluble flavors without sounding like too much of an asshole.
Are you a wine guy?
I love wine. I mean, I used to work at the Olive Garden, so I love wine. I'm gonna let the tomatoes stew down with this wine for a few minutes. Courtesy of my work, took some smoked paprika, which is gonna give it that nice roasted taste, even though we didn't roast the peppers. A little garlic powder, also coriander, cilantro. Ground cilantro for those short-term memory people. Since I didn't have time to make real vegetable stock, I'm gonna cheat, do the old water and mirepoix. Basically vegetable stock, condensed vegetable stock. Super condensed. For the sake of time and lack of preparation and me not having time to make some vegetable stock from scratch, we're gonna go with a couple tablespoons of mirepoix base. What if it's really hot? Not hot?
Not
hot.
but good.
Does it have a good flavor at all? I haven't used it, obviously. All right, we have all of our ingredients into the soup now. I gave it a good first seasoning. I'm gonna bring it up to a boil. So we'll bring it down to a simmer, let it go for a little while. It's gonna be chunky but smooth, and so I'm gonna blend it. We're gonna go traditional blender, and this is not gonna be very graceful. We're gonna want to blend this up, pulse it up. That's not what we want. We're just gonna have to do that a lot of times. This is gonna take a while without a stick blender, so this is a great time for a time lapse. This tastes pretty good. I think it needs a little more black pepper. This is low budget. And there you have it. roasted red pepper soup.